Did you hear the Netflix might lose Wednesday for
Yeah.
season 2?
What a kick in the balls for them, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Because it'll be going to Amazon, I think, if that happens.
Well, I don't know. Apparently it's just up in the air.
Oh, they're going to fucking... There's going to be a Wednesday season 2. There's just no telling where it's going to be. And that fucking dance was so viral. You can't escape it.
Oh, well, okay. It went so viral, yes. But it for whatever reason, I don't fucking know.
It was a fun little dance.
I watched it and I was just like, why is everyone freaking out about this? Like, they talk about, like, oh, she choreographed it herself. I'm like, yeah, and I can tell.
In a world of bad movies, 2 follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening. But are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for bald guys and bad movies.
Welcome to Bald Guys and Bad Movies, episode 39. I am Troy, here with my buddy...
Mike
Stella. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Troy. How are you?
I'm dry.
You're dry, me. I'm dry, too.
I like the rain.
Me too. Except for the fact that there's a leak above my desk, but I got a strategically placed cup to catch the rain.
Mike, what are we reviewing this week, my friend?
What are we? We are reviewing The Menu.
The Menu.
The Menu.
The Menu is a 2022 American black comedy horror thriller film directed by Mark Millard, written by Seth Reese and Will Tracy, based on the original story, created by Tracy and produced by Adam McKay. Hey, I didn't know that.
Who's Adam McKay?
Adam McKay is the Big Short.
Oh.
What's the Meteor movie on Netflix?
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. Produced by Betsy Koch and Will Ferrell. I remember seeing that in the end credits. And I was like, oh, Will Ferrell. Cast includes Ralph Fiennes. Hey, around this time last year, give or take a few weeks, we were reviewing another Ralph Fiennes movie.
Oh, right. You're absolutely right.
The King's Man.
The King's Man, yeah.
Full circle.
Well, it was actually on March. It was in March 21st. It was episode 2.
Well, we re-recorded it.
Oh, did we?
I think
maybe.
Because didn't we record?
Because we recorded a bunch. We recorded early at the beginning. Yeah, like 3 or 4. We were trying to stay ahead of the game, but that.
How long did that last? Not very fucking long at all. And Anna Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult,
Anna Taylor-Joy, Anna Taylor-Joy,
Janet McTeer, Reed Birney, Judith Light, and John Leguizamo.
Yep.
Playing diners who attend this exclusive restaurant. Film grossed over $76 million worldwide on a budget of $30 million. Mike, what'd you think of The Menu?
I thought it was fine. I mean, I don't know. I thought the ending was a little boring, but a little anticlimactic, and I don't know. I just thought it was, I don't know. I thought it was okay.
I love this movie.
I fucking watched it and I was like, Troy loves this movie.
I fucking loved every single second of this movie.
I'm not surprised at all.
I had not seen a single trailer for this. I don't know if you had.
I mean, I think I had, but I just kind of disregarded it.
And I'm so glad that I didn't, because I should have looked up the trailer afterwards, but I can only imagine what it spoiled. But not knowing where this movie was going, and
oh, you had no idea where this movie was going?
I had no fucking clue. I had zero clue. I had no. You
had no idea people were going to start dying in this movie?
No, I had no idea.
Oh my god!
I didn't know if they're going to.
Oh my god!
It was a mysterious menu, so I knew that much, or whatever the tagline was. So what? He's going to start killing people and serving them up to eat, or is it?
That's what I thought was going to happen, to tell you the truth.
But I was a complete open book, and man, I fucking loved this movie. Loved it,
nice.
loved it. So
I'm not surprised. It's a very Troy movie.
You may have more to say than I, because I don't know.
I mean,
but fucking praise for this one.
I liked a lot of it. I just thought I
Did you watch
it
late? Was it late?
Yeah, but I did watch it late at night, but I was awake for the whole time. I didn't nod off a single time. I was pretty sure I started off by doing a little laundry while I was like folding the laundry. You know how it is.
'Cause I know well, that's not a sign of anything. That's just normal Mike shit.
For those of you who don't know, who don't know, when I am not like Troy, I get tired and I fall asleep. Troy's a night owl. He'll stay up to like 3 a.m. just putting around doing nothing. But me, I will fall asleep watching a movie, even if I'm really into it. And so what I will do is I will do laundry during the day, and a lot of times I'll have just laundry sitting in a basket, and I'll throw it down next to me and I'll fold it while I watch a movie. Because that little act of me folding laundry on my lap keeps me awake through the movie. And even if I'm tired and I don't have that much laundry to fold, if I just fold a little bit at the beginning of the movie, it'll usually keep me up through the entire thing, unless it's like a 3.5 hour movie or something, right? But because it like kind of gets my blood moving and I'm just moving just enough to keep my brain awake. Otherwise, I'm out. I have the gift of sleep that a lot of people don't. I can sleep very well. It's one of the few things I'm really good at.
So if you were ever in a sweatshop, all they got to do is put on The Godfather, and you'd just be a fucking machine, folding linen and just keep the movies playing, man. I'll do it.
Preferably The Godfather Epic. That's the one I like.
Okay. Do you recommend this, or do you recommend this to?
I recommend it. I recommend it definitely. And I'll tell you.
Well, in the beginning, though, it sounded very
yeah, no,
which is fine.
But I'll tell you why I recommend it, because it was good enough, and it was only 1 hour and 47 minutes. Like that's the whole thing. It's not a long movie. Like if it was 2.5 hours, I would have been like, you know what I mean. But since it's just over 1.5 hours, I say it's definitely worth it, because it's not gonna. It's not like a huge investment of time.
About the length of a posh dinner service, I'd say.
I don't know. I've never been to a posh dinner service, so I couldn't say. Look, have you?
No. I mean,
what's the most expensive? What's the most money you've ever spent on dinner for like you and the wife?
Probably $140, $150, if you're including drinks and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But yeah, not like. This movie was like $2,500 a head.
No. I don't think it was that much. She said it was $1,250.
I thought it was
$1,250. No, he said $1,250 a head.
Was it? Okay. Well,
said, how can he make a profit? Well, because it's $1,250 a head. And she's like, what?
So you would say recommend.
Yeah,
it's fine. but not with any kind of amendment, like.
I mean, I would say go ahead and watch it.
If you like a dark comedy, black humor.
Look, and that's the whole thing. For most of the movie, I was relatively entertained. I just thought it was just kind of a mediocre. Okay, movie's over now.
All right, so that's a recommend from us both. I think. My recommend is more
vehement.
I would say don't fold laundry and pay attention to every frame of this movie.
Well, I would say if you're tired and you have laundry to fold and you want to stay up and you have the problem of you might fall asleep if you don't, then definitely fold laundry.
Wait, I got a question for you. Have you ever been watching a movie and engaged in the laundry folding and the movie was so fucking good that you just stopped folding laundry?
Absolutely.
So is that a testament? Is that a barometer, a sign of the quality?
Well, yeah. Look, a lot of times what will happen is I won't stop folding laundry completely. Like I'll get to a point where something big is happening and I'll like stop for a while and like watch. And then like once the tension or whatever, it's kind of dissipated a little bit, then I'll go back to slowly folding laundry. But at that point, I'm really like, I'm doing it slowly to make sure I don't miss anything and really just like glancing down at the laundry to make sure I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
I just had a vision you slowly folding your boxers and slowly smelling them to make sure they're properly clean while your eyes are wide looking at the screen.
Do you smell your boxers?
No, I'm saying you.
Why would I?
I don't know, because it's funnier that way.
Okay.
Wait, you never sniff your laundry after it's been like, smells good.
I mean,
you never done that?
No. I mean, maybe.
I think everyone's done that.
Sure.
What
maybe,
a weirdo. Like, Mike, you never sniff your freshly dried laundry?
Yes. I mean,
that's just
I assume I
human
have
nature.
at some point. I assume I have at some point, but I don't remember. Like, it's not like a thing that I remember to the point where I can recall it.
I think we have a new bald guys in bad movies thing. It's the laundry meter.
The laundry meter.
Yeah,
okay.
So how
I like that. Mike's laundry meter.
Yeah, Mike's laundry meter.
You should get like a little sound effect, like it's time for Mike's laundry meter, and like have
a little
like
jingle.
A sound of like a washing machine like starting or something.
I'll insert that right now.
It's time for Mike's laundry meter.
There you go. You're welcome.
Wait,
but no, I'm serious though. How would the laundry meter? How would we? Is it the articles
of the laundry
or
meter,
the speed of laundry folding?
No laundry needed, all the way to I don't know. What is it?
Folding bed linens.
Like laundry
is it
needed.
The items increase?
Yeah, no laundry needed. Well, that's the whole thing. But it's not fair though, because it doesn't really. It changes, right? Like, I only need the laundry if I'm tired. Even if the movie isn't that great, isn't that enticing, like I'm not like super engaged. It's not really engaging. Even if it's not really engaging, if I'm not tired, I don't need the laundry. I only need the laundry if I'm tired. So it's kind of a hard thing to really, speaking of being tired.
Yep, there we go. I'll leave that in. The perfect bookend to this segment.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It starts off, and I love it. You learn about the patrons, about the restaurant as the film goes. The best way possible. There's no exposition.
Absolutely.
So, Anna Taylor-Joy, Miss Deer in Headlights. She's beautiful, though. A strange beauty.
She's like a gorgeous alien.
and again, what was the movie? The other movie we did with her? The Ghost?
Last Night in
Soho. I think there was a comment that she kind of looks like a deer. Right. Yeah. In that movie, she was kind of a victim as well, or, in peril. And here she's in peril, but she's definitely a different character and way tougher. So it starts off with her and Nicholas Hoult, who I actually quite like.
Yeah, I like him.
He's Renfield in the new, the soon to be 5-star. Oh, that's the
first 5-star rated movie. Watch it be absolutely horrible.
Well, look, you describe it, Mike. You're much better succinct at this than I am. Like,
describe the movie?
Yeah. Like, what happens?
So Nicholas Hoult and Anna Taylor-Joy, they get on a boat to go to this really hoity-toity fancy dinner thing, right? Where You show up hungry and you leave hungrier because you sat there for an hour and have had like 3 ounces of actual food, and paid out the nose for it. But that being said, I still want to do something crazy like that one of these days. Not for that much, right? But I'd love to do a fancy tasting menu thing. Like, I spend $300-$500 a plate or something like
minus the murder and the torture and the death. The concept was actually pretty fly, I thought.
Yeah. And so they go to this island where they're going to have this dinner, and everything is like sourced from the island, and like they're like, they see these guys out in a boat harvesting the scallops they're going to be eating later that night and stuff. And so they go in to start the meal, and the chef is just weird. And Nicholas Hoult is a freaking obsessed with him, right? Just absolutely obsessed. As the movie progresses, stuff gets weirder and weirder to the point where his sous chef, like, blows his own fucking head off. Some people are like, this is fucking real. Some people think it's stagecraft.
Well, he introduced it as a course.
The mess.
And he steps up to the sous chef. And I think that's the moment where things start to go dark. The first dish is at a rock with like little tiny specks of food on it, right? Or something.
Well, the first dish was the little melon and cucumber balls with the like seaweed thing on top with like the snow stuff that they put on it. Mm-hmm. And then well, that wasn't the first course. That was called a muse or something. It's like the appetizer sort of thing. Yeah, but the first course was literally a rock with one scallop on it and like a bunch of random like bits of seaweed and different like water plants like situated around the rock. I was like, this is fucking priceless.
And then
the breadless bread bowl, yeah.
Because he said the bread is for common people.
Yeah, it's for the poor.
And you are not common. So you get no bread.
You get no bread. Yeah. That was fucking
And it was
funny,
just
dude.
like colorful little dipping, like, little thimblefuls
it was like
of dipping sauces, but no
dipping
bread.
Sauces with no bread. They give you this little like wooden pallet to like scoop up the different sauces.
So Anna Taylor-Joy's character
is like, what the fuck?
And they do a really good job because she's with Nicholas Holt's character.
She's a replacement. She was not supposed to be there.
Right. And you find that out
at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's the only one that has like a sense of this is off.
Yeah.
She's like looking over her shoulder at the boat. And for a second I thought maybe she was undercover. She was someone who had lost someone on this.
Yeah.
She's like, this is an insult. He's insulting you to Nicholas Holt.
This is a fucking insult. I'm going to send this back. He's like, you do not fucking send this back.
Right.
You're a fucking child. You're being a fucking child. He's like, do not fucking call me a child. And take that back. Apologize to me. Oh, but then what about the cracked emulsion? Like, do you remember that? Like, oh, is this emulsion cracked? This or separated or something. Like, I can't remember exactly what the term was, but like they make these like, I guess these fancy restaurants, they make these liquid, like gel liquid stuff that like has this sort of like film that collects on top like as it starts to cool. And I think they were called emulsions or something. And she's like, is this emulsion cracked? Is this? And she shows it to the guy with her. Is like, is this correct? She's like, oh my God, I think it is cracked. She's like, well, I mean, it's okay, but I mean, like at this level of restaurant, I mean, they should not be serving a cracked emulsion. And then right then, the lady walks out and she's like, here's some more cracked emulsion. It's a giant fucking bowl of this stuff.
Yeah, yes, that. And they kept giving it to her throughout the night.
Yeah, they gave it to her like 2 times. It was pretty funny.
We should go through and let's describe the patrons.
It's Nicholas Holt and Anna Taylor-Joy. So
yeah,
he is this absolute like sycophant foodie sort of guy who's never done anything like this, has always wanted to, like idolizes the chef, right? Anna Taylor-Joy, you've come to find out, is actually a whore, a prostitute. Right. Pardon me. Or as Danny DeVito would say, a whore. And
should we go ahead and say what the revelation is for her is she discovers later, because the whole night Ralph Fiennes is like, you're not supposed to be here.
Right.
This menu has been prepared for everyone specifically.
Yes.
And you're not the person. So he's trying to figure her out to find out who she is. And everyone, there's a revelation about all these patrons. For Nicholas Holt, he knew people were going to die that night. The person he had originally invited, he told not to come because he knew there was going to be death that night. So he hired Anna Taylor-Joy knowing that she may likely die.
Yeah.
But that's how sycophantic he was for this chef.
One of my favorite parts in the movie was when the fucking sous chef like eats the bullet and he's still sitting there eating the food. He's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah. Everyone's freaking out. He's just sitting there like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever had. Like, it's fucking hilarious. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Even then, I think might have been the food critic. She was like, well, this is just performance.
Yeah.
This isn't real. This can't be real. It's when we go to the other couple nearby.
He's this super rich asshole, right? And his wife. They're regulars. They've been there 11 times.
And he can't remember a single dish because Ray Fiennes asks him at one point, do you even remember anything you've eaten here?
Yeah.
The wife is like, halibut?
No, the wife was like, cod. He was like, it was halibut, you stupid bitch, or something
and
like that.
And he gets
like,
his ring finger cut off.
Yeah.
He was trying to leave.
Yeah, he was trying to leave. And so and then the lady asked, well, which hand do you want? And he's like, what? It's like, okay, we'll choose for you. And then they cut off his fucking ring finger.
Yeah.
And that's when everyone realizes
this
that
shit
it's
is
absolute,
real.
that is the shit is real.
And that they're trapped there.
And then there's another lady who's a food critic, and her, I don't know, I think like the producer, like some producer for the I don't know.
Some yes man guy.
Yeah.
Who just he'll reverse whatever opinion he has to support what she just said. Like
Ralph Fiennes' mom is there, drunk as a skunk in the corner, which is kind of funny. I was like, okay, this is weird. And then John Leguizamo is some
washed up
actor with his publicist or his, like, I don't know, like some sort of assistant or something like that.
I get they were something like that. They had some kind of personal relationship.
Yeah. But they did have a personal
relationship. And this was their breakup dinner.
Well, no, she was going to leave. She was taking a new job.
Okay.
I know that. Like, she was taking a new job. And then the last table are these three, like, business bros who work for the company that is Ralph Fiennes' angel investor that basically funded the restaurant, right?
It kept them afloat during COVID.
Yeah.
And then,
have you seen Narcos Mexico?
No, I only saw season 1, not even all of season 1.
One of the bros, like,
most skittish one.
Yeah, he was in it, and he was the guy who, like, bolts when they take all the guys outside to go, like, run
he doesn't even fucking
he plays a complete and absolute fucking psychopath in Narcos Mexico for like a couple episodes. Holy shit, he was so good. And the funniest part was the first thing I saw him in was this movie called Yes Day. It's this like family movie called Yes Day that Noah loves, right? And he plays this goofy kind of like hapless like sheriff deputy or something. Like he's just super funny in it. And so it was so crazy to see him go from that to Narcos Mexico to this. I mean, the guy is a pretty decent actor. Like, I think he should get more work. I liked him.
And, it was great performances, and it had to be, right? Because it was like a small stage play. I mean, it's one location. They did go outside. I wish I had the list of the dishes, but
you could probably find it.
I've got it. The island, first course. The island is the one with the scallops on the rock. Breadless bread plate, second course. Third course. Oh, chicken tacos with scissors in it. Now,
that was funny.
That was funny because so between every dish, Ray Fiennes would clap, right? That was signaling the start of the next course. And this particular course, the third course, what
was it called?
According to this article, chicken tacos with scissors in it. Third course? That sounds kind of clunky.
No, it was called Memory or The Memory or something, because he goes on this whole story talking about how his father was a drunk and was like beating his mother or something, and he stabbed
him in the thigh.
Stabbed him in the thigh with a pair of scissors, and now looking back on it realizes he should have stabbed him in the throat or something like that.
Right.
Like, and you're just like, holy shit. And then that's the funniest damn thing. And so I'll be serving you chicken thighs
with scissors.
Yeah. So
they all had
funny.
little golden scissors jabbed in it.
It was so funny. And then the tortillas had like laser etching in them to like make pictures for like each of them. Like Nicholas Hoult, at the very beginning, they tell him, don't take pictures of these dishes, right? And so he's like sneaking pictures through the entire meal. His tortillas has pictures of him taking pictures of each of the meals. He's like, oh fuck, they fucking hate me, blah 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 blah. Like after he's already killed someone at this point, right? Or is this before he killed someone? The mess is the next.
Yeah,
dish,
this
right?
is before.
Okay.
The mess is when things really go dark, right?
Yeah, go dark. Yeah.
And then like the finance bros had like
they had like these like pictures of their financial reports showing like some sort of tax malfeasance or some sort of like embezzlement going on or something.
And the old dude had a picture
of him with Anna Taylor-Joy,
who he had hired to pretend to be his daughter
while he jerked off.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to watch him jerk off and agree to everything he said while he was doing it. Like, what the hell, dude?
And then the fourth course is the mess, which we discussed.
But what was the mess? Like, what was the meal, the dish? Does it say what it is on there?
Is a representation of the pressure one feels to be better in order to be successful. A beautiful looking dish that includes pressure cooked vegetables, bone marrow, and beef. Maybe to look like the blood splattered from Jeremy blowing his brains out.
Nice.
I love they lifted a sheet to keep the blood from flying in the kitchen. Didn't they do like a decorative drizzle around him?
No, initially they what first happens is you see them put down a drop cloth, right? And then they put like these like fronds of some sort of like plant branches with like leaves and stuff.
Like oversized parsley,
to make it look really nice, really pretty. And then he stands there and Ralph Fiennes basically like talks about how horrible his life is and how horrible the sous chef's life is and how horrible everyone who tries to get to a level of perfection, like in anything, how horrible their lives end up being. And then he takes a gun, puts it in his mouth, and blows his fucking brains out. And you're just like, whoa, fuck! And then the whole time, fucking Nicholas Hoult is just chowing down. Oh, this is delicious. I fucking love that part. That was easily my favorite part of the movie. Everyone's freaking out, and he's just digging in.
The next one, palate cleanser. That's the tea. Tea calms the mind. And after seeing someone just end their life in front of you, it would, of course, be the ideal drink of choice. So that's just a palate cleanser. Fuck. Next is Man's Folly. I remember this is when they went outside, right?
Yeah.
And Man's Folly is Ray Fiennes' character. Conveys to the group of how he basically sexually harassed sous chef Catherine.
Right.
And she comes up to him and I thought she stabbed him in the balls.
Me too.
I was like,
me too.
Fuck! But it was the thigh. Turns out to be the thigh.
Yeah, it was the thigh.
So.
Yeah, but I thought it was his dick.
Yeah, because that makes the most appropriate sense. If you're going to sexually harass someone, then you get your wiener clipped.
You know what I thought was funny? Like, they just go get him and they just bring him back, like, afterwards. Like, they don't kill him or anything. They just go get him.
The winner.
Right?
The winner. He's in the chicken coop, and the guy's like, he sticks his hand in with, like, a dessert treat.
Like, you were the last person to be found.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to have this special course given directly, like specifically for you or whatever. Like, oh my God. That was pretty fucking, that's what I'm saying. There's so much about this movie that I really liked. I just thought the ending was a little lackluster. I was just a little bored.
The next one is brilliant. Traditional cheeseburger. So Anna Taylor-Joy, he basically says, you're one of us. He tells her, you're going to make a choice because I don't know where to place you.
Right.
You're going to die tonight, but you're either going to die with them or with us. So he takes her to his back office And they have kind of a heart-to-heart, if you want to call it that, where she tells him, yes, I am a prostitute. There's some kind of connection. He's food service. She's service of man.
Right, yeah, service industry.
Service
She's a
industry, right? So
yeah.
she is one of them.
I can tell a service industry worker when I see one, right.
So he instructs her to go get a barrel that his number one, forgot to get, apparently, which leads to them having a fight, which is kind of weird, that little fight. But anyway, she sees in his office, she goes in the forbidden office door, and she's looking for a way to call for help, right? And she calls, she puts in a call, but before she does it, she sees these photos on the wall. And it's a progression of his, or degression, depending on which end you start with, of him now, it's just sad, cold, like no life. He's lost all passion, all the way back to when he was just a young kid flipping burgers. And he was the happiest then.
Yep.
So this comes into play later because
and they do a good job with those pictures to show the progression,
right?
Because one is like just recently them talking about this restaurant. He's just standing there with that same sort of vacant look on his face.
And I think it's with the assholes, the guys, the investor guys, right?
Yeah. And then, like, they show another one in the middle where it's kind of, like, halfway. Like, you can kind of see the light leaving his eyes. And then you see the one where he's just a kid flipping burgers, and he just looks ecstatic, having so much fun.
And this is where the movie went from good to fucking great. I think anyone can identify. It doesn't matter that he's a chef.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do something for so long, or you just live life for so long. Like it's harder and harder for me to find movies that connect, that excite me, because I've seen so much. Sure. And and whether you intend to or not, you start to get jaded about things that you're passionate about. Yep. 20 years ago, I was way more passionate about fill in the blank video games. Now I'm barely motivated, right? It's
totally,
and it's hard to keep that fire lit about anything. The more successful he became, the more removed from the basics of what made him happy.
Right.
He became just this fucking robot, probably paid extremely well, extremely rich, but making food for rich assholes who don't even remember the food he cooks them.
Yeah.
They're coming there just for the clout, the experience.
Yep.
Not the food, but just to say, hey, I went there. And then the Coast Guard guy shows up, the cop.
Right.
And I'm like, I knew, all right, this is the guy. There's no fucking way. And everyone's like, oh, great, we're saved. And it turns out, nope, he's a sous chef.
Yep.
And then Ray Fiennes just like, I had more faith in you, or I thought better of you, and now you're one of them, or whatever.
Right.
So Anna Taylor-Joy, she's sitting there thinking, and she realizes, what did she say? I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's not possible because I've prepared this so that there's no way you could be. No, I want some real fucking food.
Right.
I want a fucking cheeseburger, a $10 cheeseburger. And you can see the light ignite in his eyes, a cheeseburger. Like how long has it been since that guy made a fucking cheeseburger? You could probably guess it's been like years, right? And he's almost like catatonic in his wanting to please her.
Right.
She really wants a cheeseburger, and he really wants to cook a cheeseburger. And he cooks it with loving, and it's a good-looking fucking cheeseburger.
Good-looking burger. Yeah.
Like, damn, that's a 5-star burger right there, chef. And he makes the burger, and she takes a bite, and he's like, was it to your satisfaction? She said, yes, but I'm afraid my eyes were too big for, my hunger.
Yeah, my eyes were bigger than my stomach.
Yeah, and I like that to go.
I'd like to take the rest to go, please.
Yeah. And he's like, very well. He gives her a little box. She lays a 20 on the table, and she leaves. That's how she gets out. And I thought, oh, genius. Because...
Oh, give me a break. Genius?
Yes! Are you kidding me? That's masterful.
I thought it was, I don't know. I thought it was kind of dumb.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Sure.
How else would she? I'd rather escape that way than some action-packed, stabbing, jumping out of a window or whatever.
And I get the reason why they did it that way, but I didn't buy it. That's my problem. I didn't buy it.
You didn't think he would let her go? Or
no, I did not think he would let her go. I did not buy that he would let her leave at that point at all.
Well,
no matter what.
I guess. Well, I didn't have a problem buying it, but the fact that she wasn't supposed to be there anyway, and she's of the service industry,
sure,
he probably. I felt like it didn't take much to push him over to feeling sympathetic for her, because she wasn't his target anyway. She wasn't supposed to be there. I mean, he knows she's manipulating him, but I think he didn't care at that point, because he's about to kill himself. He knows it. One last meal, one last service that he enjoys as well as the patron.
Sure,
that's how I took it.
And I get that, but and look, and don't get me wrong, I understood why they did it. Mm-hmm. It made it. It was one of those things to me that made sense on paper. It looked to me like this read really good. This read tremendously. I just felt like once it made it to the screen, it did not really translate as well for me. It just didn't.
You think?
I didn't buy it. I did not.
You think that he logically wouldn't fall for it or wouldn't let her go?
I have no idea. I didn't buy. Look, I feel like they could have done the same thing, possibly if they did more to. I felt like it needed more to get to that point. I don't know what the answer is. Right.
It just didn't feel connect.
It didn't feel developed enough to me. It felt like it was underdeveloped, that the idea of him letting her go. Like, I felt the whole conversations that he had with her throughout the movie didn't really progress the story to that point. You know, I felt like that's what those, like, the little interactions between him and her throughout the movie were supposed to make you understand that moment a little bit better. I just didn't feel like they did. I didn't really feel like they gave me any sort of reason to why he would let her go, you know?
Yep, fair enough. And then,
and also I felt like everyone there I felt like the washed up actor was kind of arbitrary. Like, I didn't really understand. I mean, I understood the old dude, the regulars, the sycophant, the bro, the crypto bros, the food critic. I understood all of them, but I did not understand why John Leguizamo's character. I will say he made a comment about why John Leguizamo.
No, he said he had a Sunday off. He took the day.
Oh, right, and he went to see that movie, and it sucked.
Right, that was probably the biggest flaw. That was the only moment in the movie I'm like, I thought it'd be something a little bit more bigger, connected.
And that's how I felt about a lot of the stuff. I felt like it didn't really connect properly. I felt like that the connective tissue wasn't there to really make me buy the ending. To tell you, that's how I feel about it. So that's the only. But the rest of it, like all the lead up, I thought was pretty fucking awesome. Like, I love the idea of like this hoity-toity chef who's lost his mind and is just gonna kill everyone. Like, it's kind of fun. It's kind of a funny idea to me. You know?
Well, and before we leave Leguizamo, the fix would have been, I think, or a better connection, because he lied to his date about saying he knows the chef. He's just he's not even a clout chaser, but
he's a name dropper.
Yeah, he's a name dropper. If he had in the past dropped the chef's name or had abused that privilege, that would have felt like there's more of a reason to kill this guy.
Because it's more personal between them. Like, what? Just because, I mean, because he made a movie, like, you know what I mean? He decided to go see this movie that sucked. It's so fucking, I thought that was fucking thin as shit, dude.
But I think in context of the movie, he saw him as himself, because he was going to kill himself that night as an artist who just lost passion and hoard himself out for money.
No, I get it.
And totally. And again, I'm not saying that's a strong connection, but that was my takeaway. Because that was the only patron there that I thought, and when he revealed the reason, I'm like, I had to think for a second. Like, really? You just had
That's the reason?
I mean, you've probably seen a lot of shitty movies.
Exactly.
Why this one particular guy? Yeah. But, this guy's also insane. He's lost his mind.
Totally.
He's lost the plot. So, and let's not forget the angel investor.
That was pretty funny.
He directs their attention to the window, the unbreakable window, by the way, which they try to break. They can't get out. And the angel investor has angel wings, is slowly being lowered into the ocean to drown.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And the final dish.
Ugh, I thought this was
s'more.
Dumb as fuck.
I loved it, dude.
I thought this is so fucking stupid. Dude.
I loved it, man.
They put the fucking, they come out and they, you know what I thought was
stupid? The vest
stupid?
of marshmallows on them and a little chocolate
and a little crown, little chocolate fedora or whatever.
And what did he say about it? Like, this stupid fucking...
The worst, the worst, offense to the taste buds that that America has ever produced, right?
I give you the s'more.
Dude, I thought it was dumb. I was like,
and then they dressed up the so everyone's going to burn at this point, and they they dressed the floor so it looks like a nice plating,
right?
And he also says, and this is around the time where the Coast Guard shows up, he's like, you could have all stood up.
Yeah, you guys could have fought back a little stronger.
And you never once tried. I mean, they tried to run out, but they didn't try to fight back. Which is, if you start to think about it too long, you're like, well, would they sit there and burn? Like,
no. Well, that was the whole thing. Even when the burning, I'm sorry, but once you see these people who are crazy and are going to kill everyone start walking out with fucking marshmallow fucking vests and chocolate hats, and they're about to light the whole fucking place on fire, people were resigned. It was weird. They were just sitting there, not getting up to go save themselves. It was so contrived and just didn't make any sense to me. I mean, that's why I didn't like the ending. And I liked most of the movie. I just thought the ending was bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was really bad. And then Anna Taylor-Joy just sitting there on the boat, eating her burger, and you know what I mean?
You didn't like that? It was just her.
No.
She was just enjoying the meal.
Exactly. That's my fucking point. She should be trying to get the fuck out of there.
She had already gotten the fuck out of there. She was...
I mean, off the island, back to fucking civilization to, get help. You know what I mean?
But the movies... The plot is over by that point, though. I mean, it's not about her getting help. It's about...
I get it, but I still thought they didn't have me at this point, so everything that seemed stupid to me was standing out. You know what I mean? If they had me by this point, I probably would have liked it. I probably would have liked all that stuff, but they didn't have me.
Yeah.
I wasn't at the point where I was willing to disregard all these things that I thought were kind of dumb.
And I'm not saying it makes sense, but I also took it these people, he made that point because they all deep down feel like they deserve it. They deserve what's happening to them.
Yeah, maybe.
Just like he feels like he deserves it. So maybe that's one of the reasons. He tells Nicholas Hoult, oh, it didn't make the list.
Oh, yeah.
What was his character's What was his character's name? Oh my god.
Oh, Tyler.
Tyler's bullshit. He invites Tyler to make a dish. Please, tell us what you need.
Chef, right? Yeah. We have anything you need. Just tell us what you need, and you can make it.
And he's there. It's probably, I don't know if it's the first time he's ever cooked, but he's got all this pressure, and he's this foodie, and he struggles to make this dish, and the chef tastes it. It's absolutely horrible.
Absolutely horrible.
And he whispers something into his ear. We don't know what.
On the verge of tears, walks off.
Nicholas Hoult walks off, and then later you see he hung himself.
Yeah.
In the back room. It's a dark comedy, dude. If you think too hard about it, yes, everything will crumble. But
well, I'm sorry.
I
like
the satire, the dark satire, and
I said, I liked most of it. I just thought the ending was stupid. I thought the ending was bad, but I thought, which I was really disappointed about because I liked the rest of it so much. You know, you obviously liked it a lot more than me.
I loved it.
What are you going to rate it? I want to hear what you rate this movie.
Man, I love this movie, man.
Wow.
I absolutely love it. I might give it a 5.
No, you are not.
I might give it a 5, dude.
No way.
5.
It's bullshit. You're doing that just because I fucking said
no. I absolutely love this movie.
Oh my God. A 5? A 5 out of 5. It is the best fucking movie ever made. It's perfect.
It's not perfect.
It is perfect.
It
deserves a 5.
I'll say this: the Leguizamo thing keeps it.
It deserves a 5. You really think it deserves a 5?
No. Hey, I'm thinking it through. The Leguizamo thing, I will give you that. That is a weak reason. Even though I kind of like in my mind I can contort it to make it make sense. I'll say at least a 4.5. 4.5.
I'm sorry. I should not have. I shouldn't pressure you to change your.
No. Dude, you didn't pressure me. This is the first time I'm really thinking about the score, and I'm still jazzed about this movie. Like, if this far removed, a few days removed at least.
Wow, you're still jazzed about it.
Yeah, man. Like, this is a good fucking movie. Perfect. That's the thing. Like, perfect.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I feel like a 5 should be very elusive.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I think a decent amount of movies can get 4.5 stars, in my opinion. But to give them a 5, personally, is a tremendous, is a tremendous number, in my opinion.
I'll give it 4.5 chef claps of doom out of 5.
Nice.
That's my final score. How many laundry folds, Mike?
This was definitely at least a 1 load of laundry. It wasn't a no laundry needed. That's for damn sure.
Wait. Okay, we gotta really drill down or define this for myself and the listeners.
Well, I'm gonna give it my stars, but
no, but okay, I know, but the more clothes you have to fold, the worse the movie is.
Sure,
you have to stay awake.
That would make sense because I got to stay awake, right?
This is a 1 load movie or 2 load?
Probably a 1 load movie, and I'll tell. Actually, the reason I would say it's a 1 load movie is because, and see, this is another thing. It's hard to use this. I would say it's a 1 load movie because the ending is boring, right? Mm-hmm. Normally, I'd fold the laundry at the beginning, and it would keep me awake to the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. It was good at the beginning, so I wouldn't need to fold the laundry. But it definitely needs a load to keep me awake towards the end. That's what I'm saying. It's not a good thing to
load and a half, maybe. It's a load and a half.
Sure, load and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is a horrible, horrible system.
No, I like this system. I like.
You know what? We'll flesh it out over the next.
We'll
flesh it out over the next couple episodes.
We'll workshop it. So 1.5 loads. Cue the sound effect. Future Troy.
It's time for Mike's laundry meter. But as far as stars, I'm going to give it 2.5 chocolate hats out of 5.
When they filmed it, she had COVID and didn't know it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she choreographed the night before because she asked Tim Burton, what should I do? He's like, just come up with something.
It makes more and more sense as I learn about it.